Welcome to San Juan, Puerto Rico, the backdrop for the 2021 FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Day number 5 of group play, the finale of all the action happening here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. Welcome inside. We've got a great matchup to close out day number 5 for you. It's the Dominican Republic taking on Venezuela here in Group B play. This will decide the seeding here as we move forward to the quarterfinals. A slate of what has already transpired today. The Virgin Islands taking care of El Salvador, and then Canada handing Colombia a loss. So on deck, the Dominican Republic and Venezuela. Right now, those two are near the bottom of your Group B standings. Argentina was disqualified, so all 4 of these teams will be advancing. Venezuela and Dominican Republic obviously want to have the higher seed because they will see the easier opponent in the quarterfinals. Despina Barton here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum alongside my partner in crime, Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national star. I'm calling you a star. You're a treasure here in your hometown. Talk to me about how big it is hosting this tournament here and the comparison between these two on the floor.
It's wonderful that AmeriCup 2021 is happening here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. We are definitely very excited to be receiving all of these wonderful players from the continent. And this game is going to be a tough one. It's going to be very physical to teams that knows each other very well and that know what is in stakes. They need this win not only because they want to position themselves in a better place, but because emotionally you want to close this part of the competition before going to the to the final quarterfinals in a good note by winning the game.
And Dominican Republic lands here after falling to USA and Puerto Rico. On day 1, they did meet Argentina, but that game score has been thrown out as Argentina is missing 2 games they had to forfeit. So in FIBA rules, they will be disqualified. Meanwhile, Venezuela, too, is looking for its first victory here, and the one that will decide the seeding as we stand now for the national anthems and the flag representation. We're going to start with the Dominican Republic, followed by Venezuela.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Venezuela. Thank you. As per COVID-19 protocol, we welcome teams to exchange the
The
social
two teams waving and saying hello to one another. Normally they meet here at center court, Natalia, and there's an exchange of gifts, but that's not the case here in the post-COVID time. A look now at our officials. Julio Anaya, Maria Camadaro, and Juliet Alvarez. Our crew for the finale of group play here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. And Natalia, on paper, the statistics for these two teams, they are super comparable. Shooting percentage, rebounding, and a lot of the key stats their first 4 games. This is a look at the starting 5 for the DR.
Johanna Morton, Genesis Evangelista, Gioceris Reynoso, Suheiri Monsac, Elemi Colome, and then you have in the bench Zapata, Rojas, Arias, Soto, Jones, Abreu, Diaz, and Coach Portuondo.
Yeah, Ariel Portuondo was the former national team assistant coach. There he is, the bronze medal finish this team had at Central Basket to qualify. They didn't advance past the group phase in 2019. They're already going to do that here today, so already improving on their last stint. They're going to go up against a Venezuelan team that has a few different roster change-ups here, but a steady core 5.
Genesis Rivera, Josimar Corrales, Daniela Wayland, Waleska Perez, Aguijil Fajardo, and then Chile, Zapata Arias, Polancos Vélez, Marcanos Diaz, and Coach Pinto will be in charge.
That's Eduardo Pinto, named the head coach in April of 2020. The 60-year-old coach has been focused primarily on his university work, and he does speeches and clinics. Previously, he led the Ecuadorian women's national team, and he's here to make sure Venezuela makes a return after being absent from a very high level of sport and competition.
They have been away from basketball since the last AmeriCup in 2017. After that, they have not competed in anything. So we're talking about 3 years here, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 4 years of zero activity for this team from Venezuela. Some of these girls are playing overseas. That's how they stay active before this tournament, but it's been really tough to them. I know they can wait for their league to be back on so they can have a job, so they can work, they can make some money, and then they can get better for the future competitions.
A strange year with COVID, so I know Natalia and I are just so excited to be here. All the safety precautions are put in place. These teams have been so resilient to participate in the bubble requirements. That's why you're seeing them here. And now an opportunity to put themselves in a better place as quarterfinals are just around the corner on Thursday.
Yes, besides, winning this game, both teams wants that. This is also an adjustment game. They are in the same level. They have a lot of similarities in the style. They play basketball, so it should be a close game. And of course, I expect a lot from Colome, from Dominican Republic today, in Wayland and Perez from Venezuela. Also Morton.
Colome has led the way in scoring for the Dominican Republic, averaging 11 points a game. And that was definitely Puerto Rico's target yesterday, to limit touches for her. She'll start off with the rock in her hand. And this team fought hard last night against Puerto Rico as they throw the ball away. Not the possession they wanted, but Venezuela taking advantage. The 2 points, credit Corrales. Morton, 3-ball, off. Daniela Whalen, the captain of this Venezuelan squad will give it up to Perez. Whalen going to work. Corrella's on the block. Wants the foul. Whalen there to put it back.
And great job from Whalen. Just read what Reynoso was going to do. Dominican Republic needs to be careful those turnovers.
Two turnovers quickly for the DR as they trail by 4. Colome, first shot of the game. Rivero decides to make a move one-on-one, didn't have an angle, but her teammate, Fajardo.
And Venezuela looks a little bit more aggressive right now in the game, more active.
Monsac, one of my favorite players here in the tournament. Just a misstep there. 3 quick turnovers for DR, and Coach Portuando calls a timeout.
Yes, and Dominican Republic came out flat, what we call flat. Very relaxed, not enough energy. Doing the defensive end, they need to get back on defense, on time. Too comfortable. Corrales are playing on the paint in the other side. They need to organize their offense. At the end of the day, I think right now it's just that Venezuela looks with a lot of more energy. They're very into the game, and it's just way too relaxed for what this game, importance is.
The Dominican Republic played Puerto Rico last night. They had the day 3 off, and then 2 losses, USA and then Argentina. That first loss against Argentina is erased because they were disqualified due to some COVID testing issues. But Venezuela and Whalen showing off why she is one of the best two-way players of this tournament. Perez to Whalen. She goes baseline. Feed is intercepted. Reynoso trying to hold on. We'll have a jump ball.
And Reynoso, she's getting the ball after, Venezuela missed, but she's taking it down. She keeps the ball up. There you see, before that it was steal from Venezuela. Now it was a jump ball. She needs to take care of the ball better.
Good hands. Challenging was Imogen Lista. Whalen shots flat. Cross-court pass. Evangelista lets it fly. It's good for the first points for Dominican Republic.
A good skip pass from Morton to Hennessy's. Morton is a great passer. She's a very offensive player, but she can also pass the ball very well.
Rivera left wide open, no help defense. Too late when Reynoso.
There's miscommunication there. In the defense at DR, it's presented. That recovery, it was way too late from Reynoso. As a matter of fact, look, it wasn't even her the one that was supposed to go there. So they need to be a little quicker on those rotations.
Rivera hits the first. And she'll get them both. Her team up by 6. Monsac battling. Out in front is Whalen. Won't go. Put back denied by the backboard. And Morton's on the move. feed in to the middle is a no-go. Morales finishes. 2 more for Venezuela.
And that was because of another turnover from the Dominican Republic. They have six turnovers in less than 4 minutes.
Colome was quiet last night against Puerto Rico. She's their star. Evangelista to Morton. Monsac, excuse me.
And it will be amazing for Dominican Republic to get Monsac involved in the offense today. She had a rough tournament so far. So if she can wake up today, they'll be fine. And that was a great pass again from Waylon to Rivera. This Venezuela team moving very well without the ball, looking for the right spots to have comfortable shots. Good hands.
Colome to inbound. And I love Colome's game if she can just get started early. And there we go. First 2 for Colome.
Beautiful release. More of that for Colome is what the DR needs in this game.
If you're watching from the States, you might recognize her. She plays for Syracuse. Waylon again in the paint, getting dirty. Scooping up those weak side boards.
Following the shot, that's her second rebound. And as now, you know, right now, Waylon and Perez are doing an amazing job working the boards. And yes, Reynoso is out and Arias gets into the game. The coach from DR, it's looking more, you know, for more presence in the paint.
Waylon gets the next one. 3 points for Waylon. Monsac tracks it down. Cutter is Colome.
Good.
Nice move. I think there was some deflection from the back. Fajardo misses, tracks down her own rebound. Fundamental basketball. And then Corrales on the left.
And something Venezuela is doing very well, it's, yes, they are getting offensive rebounds, but they are putting them back. They are being effective by scoring those.
And that one stings. Another turnover.
6 for them. And from those 6 turnovers that DR have, Venezuela have 5 points. From those, they have made 5 points.
The conversion rate pretty good for Venezuela. Waylon again, baseline. That is her go-to. Waylon with 5 points. The 26-year-old captain. And you know what? It makes perfect sense, Natalia, because she participated in all those 3-on-3 tournaments when her national team and her professional teams weren't going in Venezuela.
Yeah, she played in the last, I think it was, yes, it was in Peru, the first time they played the 3-on-3 basketball. And she was there. She was part of the team.
And this Venezuela squad did not participate in the 2019 AmeriCup. So the last time they competed on this stage was 2017. They finished in 9th place.
On 2015, I remember seeing this team, Perez, Waylon, and Reynoso. It was like their beginning with the national team. And that year, they surprised everybody. They are missing their main point guard, Rosales. It's her name. And on that tournament, Venezuela beat Argentina for the first time. And they finished in 5th place. They were really, really close to be on those top 4 players, teams, I'm sorry. And then after that, you know, from some political issues, everything started going down for them. But I'm glad they are here.
Colome with the runner. Just trying to throw something up and get into rhythm. Whalen, that pass was to the official.
And they were lucky. Somebody from DR touched it.
Venezuela, timeout.
And so far, so good for Venezuela. They are crushing the boards. Rebounds are 9-4. From those 9 rebounds, 5 are offensive rebounds. Points in the paint. And Venezuela have 17 points, and 14 of those are points in the paint. We haven't seen long rotations yet. You see, when you play teams that are in your level, you know that you have the same talent, kind of the same talent. Rotations usually get smaller. You know, you like to leave there if it works, no? Your starting 5 to get into the rhythm, because the game is close. You don't want to take them out too much because you need them to really get into the rhythm of the game. Turnovers there, horrible with DR so far. They need to do a better job passing the ball. They have 6 turnovers.
And they're coming off a big rivalry game. They were going up against the host nation, Puerto Rico, last night. Took a lot out of them. This place was rocking. I couldn't even hear it was so deafening loud here inside the Coliseum.
It was fun. It was fun. And here in Puerto Rico, there's a big population of brothers and sisters from Dominican Republic. We're really close from each other, an hour and a half, maybe. No, well, on plane it's less than that, but we're neighbors.
And for the Dominican, the whole key that they've been focusing on while they've been in this tournament is just trying to concentrate and really stay within their system. We know as adults, as commentators, as humans, concentration is hard to come by when we have all these other distractions and things that are happening around us. For these women to step to the court and kind of zone all of that out is important.
First,
The replay there.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely contact there. Marcano Isian.
For Dominican Republic, entering number 6, Ashley Rojas.
Rojas for Morton.
Whalen keeps moving. Following her teammate into the paint. Rebound pulled down by Monsac. Thinking about it, yep, she'll draw the trigger. Evangelista off right. The Dominican Republic team is shooting 36% from the field. Polanco. Perez upset. They did have a second chance, though. And DR gets lucky.
Sophomore Dominican Republic, entering number 12.
Blanco definitely draws some contact. There's no whistle. So end of the play.
Sophomore Dominican Republic, entering number 23, Jamel Abreu.
Jamel Abreu calling the offense for Dominican Republic. Moving Colome to the wing. Looking to shake her defender, create some space. Whalen stepping closer to the basket. Out. Abreu pulls it down. Whalen picks up the foul.
First personal foul number
That's her first.
Daniela Wale.
Rojas, top of the key, it's flat. Ball is loose, Arias scoops it up and DR. Moving down. Abreu saying just come out and stop me, otherwise I'm gonna keep going to the basket here.
Good hands. Like you said, yeah, she found that space there, but it was a little late. Opposite side for the help.
For Dominican Republic, entering number 5, Johanna Morto.
Perez knocks that out. Nine seconds on the shot clock. Swing pass. Rojas. Whalen, cross court to Diaz. Guadalupe, does she hit it? She does, right off the bench. She's hot.
And that's DR's first of three-point shots in the game.
Rojas will drive, and it will count.
And we're seeing a DR team a little bit more aggressive now, attacking those spaces that they found, that they are finding.
Great look and great put down by Diaz there. And Whalen swoops in for the rebound. And look who's waiting behind the back.
That was gonna be a highlight.
And Perez tried to get on the action. No shot. That's how the first quarter comes to a close. It's Venezuela up 20-11. A 9-point lead for the women from Venezuela.
Venezuela crushing the boards here. 17 rebounds. 7 of those are offensive rebounds. From their 20 points, 14 are in the paint. Here you see the stats so far in the game. Venezuela shooting a little better. Free throws there. And Dominican Republic came out really, very relaxed starting the game. But then after the timeout, they were pushing themselves a little better there. Putting more pressure in the Venezuelans' guards, getting back on time. And in offensive, they started attacking. They started being more aggressive to the basket, not just standing in the three-point line that they were doing at the beginning of the game.
And Coach Portuando called the timeout after his team got down by 6 early, just to slow Venezuela down. You're right, it was a slow, sluggish start. They looked a little sleepy out there.
And a game like this, you cannot start like that. You're fighting for positions to cross with teams from the other side. So that's why the coach asked for that timeout, to make those adjustments. And we're seeing a team with a better attitude here, with sense of urgency.
Whalen showing off all her 3-on-3 moves. The one-on-one game is made for her. Daniela Wallen, the best two-way player Venezuela has, leads the team in points and rebounds.
Start of the second quarter.
Colome trying to hit the back door. Rojas can't go anywhere with it. And it goes down! Just as I say that. Rojas with the bucket.
She's 4.
Literally falling down on the ground. And it goes in. Corrales, nice move.
Corrales.
Faking in.
Corrales is dominating Reynoso. You know, in the one-on-one, every time she receives the ball, she's attacking her. So Reynoso needs to be a little bit more aggressive on her because she's having a party right now.
Morton, up and good. Strong take to the lane. Perez rolls out. Rojas gets it back to run the offense. Monsac. Guadalupe Diaz on top of her. And the foul gets called on Diaz. Perez very upset, the official. Just taking a moment to allow her to get her composure.
First personal foul number 24, Guadalupe Diaz.
Yes, it was Guadalupe, but for a moment we thought she called Perez.
But Diaz jumped on top of her. The 5'4", 21-year-old went after the ball.
Baseball pass.
Whalen's there.
12 points, 12 fast break points for Venezuela.
Six seconds on the shot clock. Morton loses her handle. Perez touches that last, so it will stay here under the basket of DR with only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Colome gets it off in time. It will reset and add 14 seconds. Perez snacks it again. It's coming down. Morton there to intercept.
Just trying to get fancy there.
Rojas weaving through traffic. Ashley Rojas trying to create for her team, get something going. She got the knee.
Daniela Wallen, sub for Venezuela. Entering number 7, Luisani Zapata.
She'll hit the second. Rojas from the bench. Waleska to Corrales. It's good. Colome sees the lane. Takes it. It's good for 2. Colome on the board.
Usually, every time Colome is on the three-point line, the defense will, try to come really fast. Most of the time, it's, they're not in balance because they're afraid she's going to shoot the ball. She did the right thing. She attacked the baseline.
That shot was over for Marcano. And Zapata will get a foul for riding Colome there.
First, personal foul number 7, Luisani Zapata.
Skip pass to Rojas. Perez denied. The officials are saying it's all ball, even though Perez is taking her time getting off the floor. We get another look here. The fake out. And Colome comes cross body. Diaz splits both defenders and gives it up. It's Perez waiting for it. Outlet in motion. Evangelista, one-on-one, wins the race.
Venezuela, timeout.
And Venezuela will take a timeout. As now the game is within reach. 6 points shy when they led by as many as 8. Excuse me, 9. Venezuela is up by as many as 9 points.
First quarter finished 20-11, and this one, Dominican Republic is dominating this one 9-6. There's a 6 points a difference, and you know the way DR started this game was not the way we're used to seeing them, and it was just a lack of effort. So when I saw that they were a big difference in the score, it was just about, it was more attitude than anything else. They needed to work on their attitude in the court, because one of the things that we've been seeing about this DR team is that they are very emotional. Very emotional when things don't go their way. You know, it's part of the game, but today they need to focus on the tactical, technical part of the game, and they have the capability to fight and to play against a team like Venezuela.
Yep, on paper, these two programs match up very nicely. A lot of the same attributes. And it's a winnable game for either team. Nobody wants to be at the bottom of the seeding because you will face Canada first on the other side.
Good. Oh.
Lots of different touches here. Ball will go to white.
One to two zone.
Skip past Diaz. Guadalupe just hit one from nearly that exact same spot moments ago. Colome being guarded tightly will go straight to the rack. It will stay with Dominican.
You see a replay there. Yeah, it was Zapatas.
Ball's moving around the horn. Tipped away. Great hands by Zapata. Diaz running in transition. She'll finish. The little 5'4" guard. Making a major impact off the bench.
Nice.
Then it is Evangelista with the easy bucket.
The assist from the veteran, Montsac.
Rivera's shot, no good. Fighting for it though, her teammates. Corrales will keep it alive. And Montsac pulls down the rebound. You talk about being a veteran. She is the ultimate veteran. Montsac here is 40 years old. She's been playing with the Dominican Republic for decades. And I know, Natalia, you said that she deserves a statue when she chooses to retire.
She does, because Deer have gone through a lot of changes. She was part of the team where they were very successful in the 90s, the beginning of the 2000s. When I say success, I mean that besides Cuba, because Cuba was out of reach for everybody. It was goal for Cuba, period. The rest of the teams will always fight for silver. But Montsac was the young girl when they have players like Teresa Durant and what was her name? Teresa Durant and Matilde Guerrero. The best two players I ever seen wearing that DR uniform. So, you know, during those years, this team was blooming and used to, you know, always be in the podium. And she's also been in this team when, you know, when those players retired, and, you know, it's always hard when your stars retire to build the team again. And she was there. She never said no. And here she is again, knowing that it's not easy to be playing, you know, when you're 40 with 18 and 17 years old. But she knows this team needs her experience, her pedigree, and everything that she brings into this team, not only in the court but outside of the court. So that's what I'm saying. Once when she retires, I hope she stays in the, you know, in the staff somehow, or involved in basketball. Because there's just way too many experiences, too many stories in her head.
Her knowledge is incomparable.
Nice.
Give and go. Rivera slides right in for the lay-in. Nice little play out of the inbound. Montsac back to Morton. Colome. A little inside out. Montsac goes to work. Morton. Big rebound to give DR another chance. They'll give it back to her for a 3-ball. It's off. Last touched by DR.
And that call was called because Genesis Rivera boxed her out and got, you know, a good position. Reynoso is back in the game. 1-2 zone for DR.
So for Venezuela, enter number 14, Waleska Perez.
Perez. Fajardo thought about it. Rivera will launch it from 3. Fajardo fighting. She'll go to the free throw line.
Another offensive rebound for Venezuela. They have 10. They have 25 rebounds, but 10 are offensive rebounds.
Look at it, Estefany Fajardo here. Relentless.
Number 12, Flor Jones.
And Venezuela, like you said, haven't been in this AmeriCup since 2015, when they won the 5th place in Canada. They have no AmeriCup, they have no Olympics yet, so this is why they keep coming to this tournament, to find that spot, to be able to go to the pre-qualifications, to get a spot to go to the World Cup and keep on moving. In the case of Dominicana, this is a team with more experience internationally. No World Cup, no Olympics, but they do have a lot of AmeriCups in their pocket. Last AmeriCup, they finished in their 7th place. They beat Mexico 67-52. They lost against Cuba 62-65. That was close. I think it's the closest score in between these two teams. We spoke about it back then. They lost against Puerto Rico 81-56, lost against Canada 78-50, and they beat Argentina. And this was one of the best games on that tournament, 67-65. And they have a new coach. The last AmeriCup, they have the greatest Teresa Duran, the player that I was talking to you about, which to me, if Teresa is listening, hi, Teresa played in the 90s, beginning of the 2000s. The WNBA didn't exist back then, but I always said that if she played in the WNBA, she would not only play and be part of a team, she could have been an impact player. To me, one of the best in the Caribbean, if not the best player I ever seen, Teresa Duran.
Straight from the mouth of Natalia Melendez, the former Puerto Rico national team member. We're in your backyard here for the FIBA Women's AmeriCup. This is the last day and last game of group play. These two teams you're looking at are fighting for seeding into the quarterfinal round on Thursday. Both teams looking for a victory today. Another look at Corrales' attack.
And I know, so it's been struggling today that she just got into the game, and now she have to go back and see it. That's her 3rd personal foul.
Shot, no good. No one's really shooting really well from the field. Although this is 4 straight days, 5 straight days of action. Colome hurting herself on that 3 ball. But that right now brought her team within 5. Elemi Colome. Jones ends that drive. Morton, opposite side. Diaz with an answer to put her team back out in front. Now at 8-point advantage.
Great pass for Perez, and that's the thing when you don't stop the player that is taking the ball down during the fast break.
Back to Morton. Evangelista, corner shot is good. It's a 2 though.
And you called it. You were saying they were not too effective in their field percentages, and yeah, they were not that good, but all of a sudden they start hitting those. And we love to see that.
Well, listen, if Colome comes alive, this is a very different game.
Oh, you know it. You know it. What we saw from Colome in Centro Basket was incredible. There were a lot of expectations with her, you know, this player from the Syracuse University, and you know, nobody knew who she was until that tournament, and she was rough. She was good.
Diaz hits the first. Last 40 seconds of the first half. Rojas. Diaz to Perez. Rivera to the free throw line.
So the replay again. Good pass. And the way Venezuela is sharing the ball and you know, and feeding each other, it's been really good today.
Rivera, good for one.
And she's perfect from the free throw line so far. 3 on 3, 3 off 3.
And 7 points for the 25-year-old. Abreu tosses back up to Morton to reset. About 5 seconds separates the game clock and shot clock. Rojas gets poked from behind. Morton's got to do something with it. She gets close. Guadalupe Diaz splits defenders. Too many blue jerseys there to interrupt that play.
But she really, well, she could have taken like a mid-range shot, like a jump stop. But nobody was running with her, so.
Instead, the first half of action comes to a close. Venezuela going into the break up by 7, 37-30 over the Dominican Republic. From the field, similar. Three-point land, similar. A few more trips for Venezuela to the free throw line, though.
The fast break that Venezuela have presented in this game has been very effective. They have 15 points, 15 in fast breaks. That's good. 24 points in the paint, 9 points from the bench.
And definitely Dominican Republic found some rhythm in the second quarter. But Corrales and crew kept attacking, especially Whalen. The ability that Venezuela has to just get the rebound and be down the court.
Yes, and that's a characteristic that the teams from, let's say, maybe a Caribbean and South America have in common. Why do I say this? The United States and Canada historically have a very tall. It happens the same in Europe. They have very tall players. So they will always have a chance to go to half court and play half court and use their post players. In countries, it's something, you know, it's in the genes. In countries like Dominican Republic, like El Salvador, like Puerto Rico, like Mexico, we don't have that many tall women. So it translates to the game. Our game, it's more a lot of aggressiveness on defense and run and gun game, because usually you don't have that many options in the paint of having these 6'6", 6'7" players. So the first option will always run. What you're seeing here is exactly what we always see during the Centro Basket and Torneos Centroamericanos, which is the other tournament I've been talking about that it's going to be in 2022. This is the basketball you're going to see. A lot of hitting, a lot of pushing, a lot of aggressiveness, but a lot of fast break, a little, you know, very little half-court game. And if you set that half-court game, we've seen it here in Puerto Rico, is usually to shoot from the three-point line. It's not because you have that big dominant post players like with other countries.
So this is the traditional Caribbean basketball, run and gun.
It is.
With a little bit of attitude and a whole lot of physicalness. It's exciting. I love seeing the pace of game go like this. I love the up and down. It's making me tired, though. I mean, I need to get on the treadmill soon. These athletes have just been incredible all week long. It's day 5, and we're going to show you the top 5 here from the AmeriCup. Enjoy this playlist.
Nice fast break between Taira Melendez and Jackie Benitez. Florida. She's been a star since she was born. She has won every award possible.
Natalia's being a little exaggerative, but not by much, because I used to cover.
How perfect that pass was. Great assist by Fields.
Henderson to Jones.
Nice.
Haley Jones.
Beautiful. Well, we have to stop here. What an assist.
Carvalho behind the back, and Silva the lay-in. That was so fun to watch live. Brazil with the give and go. We had the Silva steal to Carvalho behind the back pass to Silva #2 on Brazil for the finish. And that was your #1 play. So far, we've got so much more action ahead of us. This is just the close of the group phase. Natalia, next up is the quarterfinals. We'll take some time here, though, to revisit our top player on the floor for the Dominican Republic. That's Genesis Evangelista.
12 points for her, 5 of 8 from the field goal, 63%. She has many tools. Offensively, she has the long range shot, but she can also attack the basket. So you see a hesitation, she can finish. Perez.
And quickly, we talked about this, getting out in transition. She's there, she's running the wing. She doesn't want to be the outlet, she wants to be the finisher. And what a great cutter she is. Coming into this game for Evangelista, she averaged 3.3 points, so well above her average here in the tournament. For Venezuela, we got to give them some love too. They obviously have the lead by 7, and it's Corrales with 10 points, 2 steals.
She's a forward that can run down the court. She established her game from early on. They were insisting on her down the paint, and she was doing her job, but also she's showing us here how active she can be in defense and how she can start her own fast break points. You see she can put the ball in the floor, attacking Reynoso. And she, you know, she's the top leader in scoring here, but she have also put Reynoso into foul trouble, and you know that's a good thing for the whole team, because Reynoso is one of the tallest and is one of the players from the post.
Corrales has been averaging 2 points a game in the tournament. Obviously, she's rounding that 5 times here today. So Corrales doing work on the offensive side. But yeah, what's more important, Natalia, is shutting down Reynoso.
Yeah, definitely. And Reynoso, like from the beginning, looks kind of frustrated, but because she can stay still. She's moving constantly.
Stick around, a lot more movement is on the way. The final 2 quarters between Venezuela and Dominican Republic are coming up. Hang with us, just a couple more minutes here in halftime. Again, what's on the line for this AmeriCup tournament? 4 qualifying invites to tournaments to qualify for the 2022 FIBA World Cup. That's in Australia, Natalia. Can we go? Are you available?
I wanna, well, maybe. I wanna know I wanna meet the koalas over there. But I heard it's one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Australia. Plus, there's a big basketball culture there. Basketball is huge, and they have one of the best leagues ever. So yes, it's going to be excited.
All right, so we'll put our names down for FIBA. We'll let them know we're interested.
You know what? You know, if even though like you know, if we don't work there, like to go as a tourist to have that tournament and just to go watch and enjoy that country. Let's hope that, you know, at that time everything is back in normal. So it will be really nice just to go there and watch great basketball and also know the country.
I know you're a world traveler, and I like to travel a lot too, so COVID certainly impacted that for us the last 14 months. Fajardo's shot, no good. And now we're in your backyard. I would ask you, what does everybody need to see while they're here? But we are in a bubble, Natalia.
Yes, we are in a bubble. Definitely our oceans, our beaches, and Old San Juan, of course. Beautiful, very romantic area. Loíza. We have 2 little islands right next to our islands, Vieques and Culebra, Paradise. For those who are old like me, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie with the Blue Lagoon, but
Yes.
It looks just like that. It's beautiful.
With Denise Richards, I think, was in that.
Mm-hmm. But I think they have a new version because you were not born for the old version.
Natalia's throwing my age under the bus here, guys. Listen, we cover all generations here behind the broadcast booth. Diaz throws it right into the hands of a Dominican jersey. Morton creating space. She got it. That cuts the lead to 5 for Dominican Republic. Venezuela has been up by as many as 9. Perez. Jumpers off. Monsac with the board. Morton keeps moving one-on-one, shakes Perez, and it's going to be called an offensive.
Yeah, and it was pretty obvious, and she knows. She raised her hand. Good defense for Perez.
That's Morton's second. We'll have a little talking to by Coach Portuando. Perez, baseline, still off. Montag saves it, and you never do it under somebody else's basket.
I know, that's basketball 101, but
it's hard to stop that, right, as a player?
It is. It's how do you call that? Instinct.
Abreu to Arias. She'll grab her own rebound. Monsac nearly steals it from Fajardo. And then orchestrating the defense. Nice pick, Colome. Goes back by Fajardo. And will get called for traveling.
And she's not gonna like that. Everybody's confused here. Let's see if we can have the replay and see.
Getting fancy with the handles.
I'm sorry,
A missed call.
it happens.
It happens.
We're humans.
And listen, the officials have been running as much as these teams and players have. 5 days straight of action here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. I can tell you everybody is looking forward to a rest day tomorrow to recharge before the quarterfinals. And a 2 by Rivera.
And she have 10.
And that's exactly the separation her team has on the Dominican right now. Whalen, only one way to go for her, and that's straight to the hoop.
And Venezuela in a row. If DR don't make this basket, I'm expecting a timeout.
Abreu, shot. And that's going to go off Perez, so it will stick. Perez tips it. The Dominicana setting up. Perez calls the play. Calls it for herself in the corner. It was flat. Abreu this time still off. This team struggled in the first quarter to score from the field. While the Dominicana continues to build on its lead. Daniela Wallin with 12 points for the DR, for Venezuela, who is up by 15.
And this quarter is 10-2, and it's happening exactly what happened in the beginning of the first quarter. Lack of energy, lack of intention. They're having problems in getting back on defense. That's how they started. That's how this game started. And then after the timeout, everything changed. I think more than a technical, tactical thing, they are looking relaxed.
And Venezuela is playing like they haven't been here in a while, and they haven't. They haven't been here since 2017 at that ninth place finish. And they're hungry to show everybody that they're still around. This team has fought through way more than basketball adversity to make it here to Puerto Rico.
They lost against Puerto Rico 88-50. Second day they were up. Then they lost against USA 102-53. In Dominican Republic, they lost against Argentina. Well, no, yes, they lost against Argentina 46-64 in the first day. Second day, they lost against USA 102-39. And then they lost again yesterday against Puerto Rico 54-79.
Arias keeps getting good looks. Perez to Rivera. Rojas. And Evangelista now running the point, changing things up out of the timeout for DR. Morton to Monsac. And the foul comes down.
Monsac's been quiet in the offense during this game. That's a loose ball. A lot of contact there.
Foul number 1, Noelia Chile.
We are probably watching Monsac last AmeriCup as a player. We'll see what she decides to do after this. But if she does, if she decided to, she decides to retire, we're so used to seeing her. I hope she stays, with the coaches or involved in the federation somehow. She can make a great general manager. She knows it all. She's been, around for so many years.
Natalia, did you ever match up with her? Did you see her when you played?
I play against her. And I have a friend, her name is Felicity Willis. Felicity, she's a referee now in the States, if you're listening, hi. And she wrote me yesterday, and she said, Natalia, is that the same Monsac we play against? And I was like, listen, you're younger than me, yes, but that's the same Monsac. And she played against me also, and I can't believe she's still in shape. I can't believe how she does it.
She's 40 years old. Reynoso with the contact. The bucket drops, courtesy of some love from the glass.
And I told Felicity, but you can still get in shape. If she can do it, you can do it.
Three-point play complete for Reynoso. 3 points from the forward. Stripped. Great defense by the DR. And then, Evangelista hangs on. No, the handles of Whalen. And then the finish. The 3-on-3 work has got her at a different level.
It does. It happened. And I don't think she's going to stop doing that 3-on-3.
And now it's an Olympic sport.
It is an Olympic sport, and and playing as a professional, you can make a lot of money.
That's what Whalen did when there was no national team. She stayed busy competing on 3-on-3 tournaments. Rivera pump fake, dribble shoot. Yes, what a play by Fajardo. Tracked the rebound, stuck with it, went up strong, bucket goes down. And she may need a towel of sorts, nope. Before she heads to the free throw line, but watch this. The strength, composure, grit, yes! What a play by Fajardo. The trainer's making sure she's okay, no blood.
I think she's bleeding, that's why she needs to be out.
So this instance, it looks like Marcano will come in and shoot her free throw while she gets tended to. Rojas. Morton. Clawing down there. Another look, she had her girl pinned, ready for that weak side rebound. And then within this scuffle, Waleska got a hand to the face.
And Corrales is back in the game. She's been giving Dominican Republic a lot of trouble tonight.
Jones will take it herself. It won't drop, but she'll land herself on the free throw line.
First personal foul number 14, Waleska Perez.
Flor Jones, she's 23 years old. She played for Club San Lázaro. In her country, she averaged 2 points, 1 rebound, so 33% of field goal and 50% from the free throw. Club San Lázaro.
And Coach Portuondo has been using Jones as a utility of sorts. She comes in, makes stops where she's asked to. Corrales waiting to be relieved by Perez. Strong take, give and go. It drops in for Corrales.
And this Perez and Corrales duo, it's been a nightmare for DR tonight. They look so good together, look for each other, eye communications, and Corrales having the game of her life in this tournament.
Shot goes up for Peña. Rivera will dribble it out to the three-point line, and she gets it.
She have a beautiful, beautiful shot. Her form, her shooting form, it's pretty. That's her second, 2 of 4 from the three-point line.
13 points for Rivera. Keeping the distance here for her Venezuelan team. Tacking on a great defensive stance, and all the momentum is on the Venezuelan side of this game.
And number 7, Genesis Evangelista.
Out of bounds, Venezuela. They're up by 17 with 46.1 to play. Morton. Rojas, 3 ball, that is short. .8 seconds left. Portuondo, Coach Portuondo not happy about that shot selection. And Reynoso jumps out in front, drawing attention to herself, and
that's her 4th.
Creating contact.
4, personal foul number 13, Joselis Reynoso, South Dominican Republic, entering number 10, Sol Milena Arias.
And we are in the bonus. So that foul was number 5 for the Dominican Republic. And in FIBA play, as soon as a team reaches 5 team fouls in each quarter, the opponent will receive 2 free throws. Diaz goes 1 for 2. Evangelista drives on the left, the dish to Morton, she gets it.
A lot of contact there too.
Shot, no, nothing can get up for Venezuela. So the third quarter comes to a close with Whalen walking off, her team out in front by 16. 57. 41.
Dominican Republic 49, 41, and Venezuela 57.
And Venezuela have kept the rhythm and their intensity throughout the game, you know, long rotations, but everybody, when they come into the court, they come with the same, you know, energy that the one that leaves the court is. In the other hand, it's, you know, I think it's the first time we ever seen this team feeling beat up. Emotionally, they don't look good. They are upset at what's going on, but the truth of the matter is they lack energy today. And you know, sometimes you just have those days, but you have to shake it off. Shake it off because it's not done yet. 2011, this third quarter. First one was at 2011. Second one, 17-19, was close. They did way better, but then this third quarter happened exactly what happened in the first one, 2011.
That was probably the play of the half by Fajardo, just her patience paying off in the paint. And then she got the and one, but couldn't shoot the free throws because there was a cut on her face. But that image, if you can keep that ingrained in your mind, that is how this Venezuelan team is feeling right now.
Here's Morton giving some instructions to Evangelista, telling her, you gotta move this way, I'm gonna look for you. That's the way to get back into, you know, into games. You gotta talk to each other, to tell each other what they think it's gonna work. I'm gonna look for you, get into the game, let's go, let's go.
Start of the fourth quarter.
Angelisa doesn't take the screen. Monsack trying to do some inside out. Everybody cluttered in the corner. Morton takes a shot. Tip drill, though, is in. Arias with the follow.
Those are her first 2 points of the game. Whew. And Venezuela keep looking for that contact. Attacking, 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 and it's working so fast, so far.
Fourth personal foul number
Wailing.
10, Sol Milena Arias.
She's strong.
Wallen with 16 points here in this contest. Beating her average, 14.5. 3 rebounds. Arias sinks one from the top of the key. Keeping Dominican Republic still in the conversation here.
13-point difference, it's nothing.
Diaz and Rojas and team are heading down court. Can they string together a couple made buckets?
And then have some stops.
Monsack, yes! Just what the veteran ordered. The 40-year-old now cuts the lead to 10.
6-0 rally for Dominican Republic. And these 5 players are in the court right now. They, you know, they're playing happy. And it's so important to play happy, to feel good in the court, not being upset or anything. And these 5, you can tell, there's a different mentality here.
Third personal foul number 5, Johanna Morton.
Whalen thought about it, and the official's gonna call a whistle for up and down. Whalen wasn't sure, she just wanna make sure, you know.
Yeah, and Morton is... players are so much fun.
Head down, Morton goes to work. On the other side is Jones, yes! The young buck with another putback.
Yes. There's definitely another whole attitude here. I love Jones. There's a phrase that it says, I don't know if you guys have it in English. I'm going to try to make it sound like it does in Spanish. With Jones, with her, I will go to war with a knife. You know, you don't need
So
a
you
gun.
would go to war with her. That would be the saying in
when you go to war, you use guns. And she's so good, and we use that phrase that said, with her, I will go to war with a knife.
Because you trust
with a plastic knife. We'll be fine.
And the plastic knife is good for the three-point play. Brings her team within 7. The closest they've been in a hot minute here. And Jones picks up a foul.
And that basket was very important because the DR have a rally of 7-0.
12, Flor Jones. Sub for Venezuela, entering number 2.
The great thing about Jones is at this point, well, she's working with 4 personal fouls, so I don't know. You would expect that Coach Portuondo may take her out or let it ride.
You know what I would do? I would just leave her there because the team is looking way too good now. It's when they look the best, and I will negotiate that because without the team don't have any rhythm. So I would just negotiate to see what happens. If she's out, and I'm gonna put somebody else that maybe the energy is not the same, but they need her right now. They need her energy.
And she knows she's playing with 4 right now.
Exactly.
So you got to play smart. Corrales to Perez. That bucket will end the run for the DR. Rojas, yes.
Wow.
The floater goes for the DR.
Ashley Rojas.
Perez. Morton on the move. Tries baseline, she'll back out. Monsack sets up. She'll shoot it. Another beautiful 3 by Monsack needs to be the next tall order.
Venezuela can allow themselves that if they don't have the fast break, they can take the ball out. They have a 10-point lead. I think coach was not too happy about that last play, trying to get into a fast break that it was uncomfortable.
So you see Colome back on the court. Jones goes baseline. We'll head to the free throw line.
Second personal foul, number 22, Akihil Fajardo. Sub for Dominican Republic, entering number 23, Jamel Abreu.
And a quick substitution. Again for DR as Jones sits up on the free throw line. She hits it. Jones 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Perfect. She's got 7. Man-to-man defense. And you can't stop her.
Corrales.
Rojas tried to dish it down to Monsac. Loose ball picked up by Rivera. The feed to Fajardo, trying too hard, but it'll stick here under their own basket.
Yeah, and the coach is saying, slow down, 3-on-3, nobody was open.
And a timeout is called. Venezuela taking this time to reiterate his point to, like you said, Natalia, slow things down.
Yes, I know they got this lead by running down the court and taking that, you know, as their advantage, but DR is doing good by getting back. You don't need to take a shot if the fast break is not open enough. You know, you got the rebound, you got that steal. Yes, if we have the fast break, we're going to do it. But if it's uncomfortable fast break, if there's too much traffic, let's just settle our play. We have a 10-point lead here. We don't need to rush anything. We need to make high percentages shot. Let them be the desperate ones, not we. 42-38, the rebounds. Venezuela is the one having 42, and from those 42, they have 15 offensive rebounds, points from the bench, and 19 for Dominican Republic, 10 for Venezuela, points in the paint, 40 for Venezuela, 28 for Dominican Republic. It's been you know, a game not from the three-point line, but from shots that have been taken either in the fast break or close to the basket doing cuts or things like that.
.15 left to play. Corrales in the cut, met with Monsac. Loose ball. Venezuela recovers. It stays. 4 seconds on the shot clock. And Perez unable to get the shot up. A win for DR on defense. Corrales there gets that foul.
First, we're going to foul number 6, Josimar Corrales. Sub for Dominican Republic, entering number 5, Joanna Morton.
Oh, Colome hurt her right elbow on that attack. And a bad pass by Monsac. Perez off to the races. It's easy money for Perez.
14 for Waleska.
Jones back on the block where she excels.
Jones.
I think she should get way more points than what she's getting. I'm telling you, Jones is tough.
And I feel like Dominican Republic didn't use her as much early on in this group play.
No. Because, you know, like as we always said, it depends on the matchup you're facing. But I think Jones, not only, you know, it was Reynoso playing against Corrales, and Corrales was dominating her all the way. So this is a good match for, you know, to guard Corrales.
Wallen back past Colome. Evangelista
Nice.
gets blocked. That might have been the nightcap that Perez wanted.
And she's talking to her.
A little chirpy.
So for Dominican Republic, entering number 6, Ashley
All ball.
Rojas.
All ball. Monsack from 3, no go. And Whalen will draw the contact from Evangelista.
Second personal foul, number 7, Genesis Evangelista.
Whalen now with 17. 3 of her teammates are all in double digits. And this is the best game for Whalen all tournament as well. Natalia, I think though any way you look at this, these two teams will definitely have an uphill battle in the quarterfinals, right?
Yes.
The number 1 would be Canada, and I believe number 2 would be Brazil.
Second personal foul, number 14.
So any way you want to shake it out, it will be difficult.
It was very difficult. I mean, you just, sometimes you say, well, I think I probably want to lose, or I think I need to win this game to play against this and that.
The lesser of two evils.
But imagine Canada and Brazil just toss a coin. Venezuela taking their time on offense.
They've got the 10-point lead. Whalen,
Yes.
Fajardo to reset. Shot up and in. Venezuela tacking on with that 2-pointer from Arias. Morton from the free throw line gets him back.
Points 12 and 13 for her.
Hovering around that 10, 12-point mark, the margin between these two teams. As we tick closer to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Whalen. Monsack's got it.
To shoot.
Evangelista's shot is off. And Venezuela calling to take your time getting up the court. Fajardo. She exited the game a little bit with that cut on her face. Monsack. Option number 1, Arias there for the putback.
Dominican Republic has been very good from the 3 line. Free throw line, 12 of 14. They're shooting 85%. Good time out there for the Dominican Republic. They are going to come and put pressure full court, knowing that they are up behind. And not too much time to get back in this game. Team comparison, 45 rebounds for Venezuela, 43 for Dominican Republic. 21 points from turnovers for Venezuela, 11 Venezuela. Points in the paint, 44 to 32 Venezuela. And points from the bench, 10 to 21.
And the fast break points really stands out. Venezuela, 34 of their 72 came on fast breaks. And the Dominican has a minute 12 to make up a 9-point deficit. Perez and company for Venezuela. Their bread and butter has been working in transition. But Jones, Monsack, and Morton aren't ready to let them close the door. We got some free throws coming up here for Dominican Republic. You're looking at Arias. She misses the second. Instant trap comes. Long ball to Rivera. She gets it back. 2 points with the two-hand finish. Lead back out to 10. Rojas, the Peña, the captain, takes it hard. Oh, Arias nearly had that steal. In the stalling game. Venezuela, their bench already starting to clap it up. A win feels great heading into the quarterfinals.
Without playing basketball for so long and getting this win against the Dominican Republic, it's very important for Venezuela. They have to feel very proud of what they just, are about to do, which is to beat this DR team. And as you said, it's going to be tough, regardless of who you play against. I've seen the Brazilians coaching staff here, because they know they will have to meet with one of these two teams, and it will be Dominican Republic.
Yeah, either way, these two teams will, yes, have a huge challenge as they move on to the quarterfinals. Brazil, Canada, they're on the top end of that other side of the bracket. Here it's USA and Puerto Rico, 1 and 2. And it's been an emotional game.
It's been a very emotional game. We've seen, how hard both teams have tried to get this victory. And at the end of the day, somebody got to win. I think Venezuela was more on point on things, with their plan. Their fast break was very nice. I think Perez and Whalen taking charge of knowing they have to take charge of this team. I love what Corrales did. Rivera, she's very quiet, but she does her thing.
And that rebound just about seals up the final look here. And Venezuela will just add a 3 on for good measure from Fajardo. Final 15 seconds. Shot clock is off. No pressure. Venezuela will walk this one out. They get the victory The final buzzer rings and the scoreboard reads Venezuela 77, Dominican Republic 66. A sigh of relief for this group of women as they head into the quarterfinals on Thursday. Clap it up. It was a hard fight from start to finish.
Yes, and they are celebrating. There's nothing like going to your break with a win, with that, satisfaction that you feel.
FIBA would like to thank all.
I think working so hard and ending with the victory. This is a huge moment. A lot of people will say, well, this is the first time, the first game they win, blah, blah, blah. No. This is important for them. This team have not played basketball for almost 4 years. 4 years. That's a nightmare for an athlete.
It's got to feel like the weight is lifted off their shoulders a bit. They've removed the rock. Now they can really start moving forward. And this is what Group B looks like right now. The final standings: USA 1, Puerto Rico 2, Venezuela 3, and of course, Dominican Republic rounding out the 4th. All 4 of these teams will play on Thursday against the Group A teams. Before we let you go, we're going to show you the best plays again here for the second half. Yes, a big-time 3 by Jimenez Rivera. And Whalen, 19 points she finishes with.
Perez pushing the ball down the floor. Whalen with a 3.
Effective. The captain showing off all her moves. Reynoso, we didn't get to see enough of her.
She had foul trouble. Plus, that matchup against Corrales was very difficult for her. Very difficult. She couldn't find her rhythm offensively. And then defensively from the starting of the game, she was trying to guard her and just foul her constantly.
Fajardo, a warrior. And the way that Venezuela was able to move the ball around, they kept Dominican Republic on their toes. And while they had spurts of really great shots and really great plays, Dominican Republic could never find its 5 on the floor that worked extremely well together.
I like that 5 players that were in the last, at the beginning of the 4th quarter.
You like the Jones rotation?
I love the Jones rotation. I think she does a little bit of everything. There you see her. I love her intensity on defense, how she goes to the boards, how she is very responsible, during the offense, how she goes after the offensive rebounds. And I just like her attitude. No matter how many minutes I play, I'm going to go hard.
And at the end, she was playing with 4 fouls, knowing that she could have left the game early if she made one misstep. So with the leadership of Whalen, look at Jones go to work. The field is set. Thursday's game, the quarterfinals, will have 4 more games here inside the Roberto Clemente Coliseum. But Natalia, tonight, day number 5 is in the books. So for Natalia Melendez, I'm Despina Barton. The final score here on day 5 and the closing of the group phase, Group B. It is Venezuela 77, Dominican Republic 66. We'll see you on Thursday for the quarterfinals. Much more ahead for the FIBA Women's AmeriCup.